Top of the morning. Let's talk about self-love for a minute. Do you have any? Do you love yourself? It's such a weird taboo thing to talk about sometimes, but who cares, right? Like, I think when you begin to love yourself correctly, you start to show up in the world differently. And the people who once knew you and the people who claim that they knew you in the past, they knew a different version of you. And when you begin to love yourself and you begin to show up for yourself in ways that suggest that you care about yourself, you're going to be a little bit more sensitive to those who are sending hatred your way. You're going to be more aware of the people who are hating on you or plotting against you. The little covert jabs and subtle digs that they try to get in on you are no longer going to be looked at as ha ha ha, they were just joking. It's, oh, you're a hidden enemy and you think that's a little slick way to throw in a little way to make me feel bad about myself. You're a hater. You're just smiling in my face pretending like you like me, but I see through the illusion now because of the amount of self-work I have done on myself, and I'm more aware of the bullshit. So I'm going to show up in ways that suggest that I care a little bit more about myself than I used to. Meaning I'm going to speak up in places where I would have not said anything in the past. I'm going to say no when I feel like saying no. I'm going to say get the fuck away from me when I feel like saying get the fuck away from me and not feel guilty or bad about that. I'm going to not feel bad about being priority to myself and cutting people off who do not deserve my time or effort or energy. Because I realized that I was pouring into a lot of people who were not pouring back. And even if they needed what I had to give, okay, well, thank God that I had what I had to give them. But now, I got to give me some. I got to give it to me now. I got to treat myself better. I have to take better care of myself. I would give the shirt off my back to people. I would travel across the world in the name of love for somebody else. But would I do that for myself? The longest relationship you will ever have in life is with yourself. Why not make that the best relationship you can have, so that way life is a fucking breeze. Life is a piece of cake. Because if you got you, everything else is going to be easy. And not to say things won't be hard at times or things won't be difficult, but if you have the one person you are traveling every single day with on your team, instead of hating yourself when you wake up and looking in the mirror talking about, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not attractive, I'm not handsome or pretty enough, you were born good enough. All that I'm not pretty or I'm not handsome or I'm not good enough, all that shit stems from an insecurity that maybe one other person put in your mind, or maybe it wasn't even somebody else. Maybe it was just you that's the most fucked up hard pill to swallow, is sometimes it's you that put that negative thought in your head, that you are not pretty, that you are not attractive, that you are not good enough. And it's like you did that because you were comparing yourself with somebody who quote unquote looks better on TV or is a movie star or a professional model, and you're sitting there comparing your beauty, your looks to theirs, and you think you're not good enough. Like, how silly of a fucking thing. Why are they more important than you? Why are they on a pedestal and you are not? And it's not to say you're above anybody, because true self-love is the understanding of you're loving others as you love yourself. And the more you love yourself, the more you love others. It's not a competition. I'm not better than anybody, no matter how far I get on the self-love journey. I can love myself more than anybody else on the fucking planet, but that does not mean I am better than anybody. It means that I'm going to take better care of myself. I'm going to think better thoughts about myself, speak better words to myself, behave in ways that suggest I care about me. And if you didn't have that growing up, that's a lesson to learn. And just because you didn't get it doesn't mean you can't learn it. You can always learn anything that you want, anytime that you want. All you have to do is put your mind to it and put in the work. Not everybody had parents that showed them how to take care of themselves or how to love themselves. So that's something, it's an adventure that you get to partake on. And it shows up in every single, like, how you allow people to treat you, how you show up in things, how you, like, are you feeling insecure about something? Like, why do you feel insecure? Why do you not feel good within yourself about yourself? You know how crazy it is to have a bunch of people tell you a bunch of positive things about yourself, but you don't see yourself correctly because you have been conditioned by somebody else to think and believe that you are unworthy, that you are not good enough, that you aren't it. And you took their thoughts as yours and formed a belief out of it.